Hi, welcome to Q Entertainment, where we continue to play Magic the Gathering. For the last couple of videos, I've been playing the draft, and I thought in this video, I will just continue to play the standard ranked. The daily quest requires white and red spells, so we'll play a white and red deck. This is the only one. Yeah, let's play Company of Knights. The drafting we've played has been only cards from the Eldraine set, and I'm not too familiar with the set, but the quick draft does change. For a long time, it used to be Kaldheim, so probably because something, I think it's the new set's coming up, so we'll keep this. With the new set coming up, maybe they want to change things around. But I've still enjoyed the drafting, so I think it's good. So let's see, what do we have? What's the sword? So we should play that by itself. It has a separate equip cost. Okay. We have a big giant. When it becomes blocked by a creature, exile that creature until grasping giant leaves the battlefield. Wow. Why would you block it? Wow. Guess if to save your life, I mean 5 damage. There's a Youthful Knight, first strike. We have an Embercleave. So this spell costs 1 less to cast for each attacking creature you control. When Embercleave enters the battlefield, attach it to a creature. An equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has double strike and trample. Wow. This is quite a good card. Mythic. What is this? Opponent has cycling, and then they have Allurus to play things from the graveyard. So they might have that, I think, Zenith Flare card. Let's get +3. Let's add a sword to the Youthful Knight and attack with it. So maybe we can beat the opponent down before they cycle us to death. What if they just draw? Frostvale Ambush. They don't have land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's also good for us. And we have land. We have lots of land. So this will cost 1 less for each attacking creature. So it will cost a total of 4. So if we attack, and add it to that Youthful Knight, it's going to do 8 damage if the opponent doesn't block, which they don't. They seem happy with that. I thought they'd block it at least. Although it's got trample, so maybe that's why they didn't block. But this turn we have lethal, I think. So just 1 damage to each opponent. I don't think that's enough. I think that's it. This will do 7 + 7 is 14 damage. Even if they block 1. Other knights get +1/+1. Yeah, that's just even better. So we'll just attack with everything. Put +3 on this. That's probably a good game. Yep. Quite a change from the draft. Cards just complement each other so much. You can feel the cards are picked to be in the deck to work together. Not like with the drafting, it's a bit slower. Not sure if that's just because I'm not picking the correct cards or if that's just typical of the format. 2 more spells for the quest. So if anybody does watch these videos and want to give advice on maybe how to draft better, I would be more than happy to take some advice, some pointers. Okay, we'll keep it. Has lots of land. Has a dual land. We'll play it. We can play it tapped to give us red and white. And then we have a couple of cheap creatures we can play. When this dies, put a +1/+1 counter on a target knight you control. So let's see, where is this thing? So I think we'll just play the Youthful Knight this turn, and this is a claim contender. When it enters the battlefield, if you control another knight, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a knight, aura, equipment, or legendary artifact from among them and put it in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library. I'll save that. Maybe we get an Ember Cleave. This does 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. So we can play... I was going to say both of these, but we needed the white source for the knight. It's okay. They played a wall. This wall can actually block, I think. But we could attack it and then Scorching Fire it. Hectos. Hectos attacks each combat if able. As Hectos enters the battlefield, choose 2, 3, or 4 at random, and it has protection from each mana cost other than the chosen number. Interesting. So let's see. What does this do again? We can look at the library. Let's do that. Burning Yard Trainer, enter battlefield target, knight you control is +2/+2 and gains trample and haste. 5. So we'll need a land. I'll take the... I clicked it by accident. I was going to take the other one. Let's attack with both. They can only block 1. They gain the 2 life anyway. So they haven't played anything. So it's white and blue. So this might be like a Doom Scar or something that destroys everything. They play a Daxos equal to white. Another creature enters the battlefield or dies. You gain a life. It's only a 2/2. We can kill it before it gets too big. Well, its toughness at least. And we can play our knight. One of the opponent has some kind of removal spell. They're checking our cards. Well, they only have blue open, so it might just be a bounce spell, like a Brazen Borrower or something like that. It's mostly black and red, I think, that have the sort of kill spells and eliminate spells. So this thing's got it's a 6/1. That's pretty good. And it will have protection from things that have a mana cost other than 2, 3, or 4. So basically from everything except something. That, okay, that's nice. Play it now before we play these cards. Whenever you cast a night spell, create a 1/1 white human creature token. So we'll play it now. And again, attack with everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So next turn it says it's going to return target creature planeswalker from your graveyard to the battlefield. So Ah, that thing we exiled because of the scorching fire. It would be nice to have this on before this comes on, but I'm thinking just to get this out there while the opponent doesn't have much on the battlefield. Also, we already have lethal, so they need to do something big before this turn. Basically, they have to do something big right now. Otherwise, we win. Maybe this is a Doom Scar. That will save them. No, it says choose a non-legendary creature. The next time one or more creatures enters the battlefield, they can enter as copies of that. What did they cost? The Glasspool Mimic. So they didn't need to do both. I mean, it was silly. Ah, we have two of these. So another thing gets +2/+2 and has haste. Okay, we'll give that thing. Yep. Don't blame me. It would be nice if we could draft a deck like that. So powerful. So I think we've managed to complete the quest for the day. Cards and a cosmetic card. Oh look, if we next time we complete a thing, we get a pet. That's nice. Let's keep playing. See if we can get more wins and not gold and experience. Because we do need gold to enter the draft, and doesn't look like I'm not quite good enough yet to win the entry back, the gems, to win it back, the amount you pay to enter. Let's scry first. Maybe we can get another land. Can get an early creature. Keep that, yeah. So we have pacifism. So they have this thing that says at the beginning of your combat, opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of shrines you control. Hope that doesn't mean the opponent's that deck that has all the shrines. There's like a deck I've seen that has a shrine for each of the colors. Although so far the opponent's only black, which is fine. Yeah. Well, pacify that. It's got Death Touch, it's got Lifelink, it's flying. We don't want that, but we need to be quick. The opponent has another one. Guys, put a +1 counter on target knight you control. We can give something +2. Or we can infuriate, or we can... let's play a Rumrock Knight. Something else to attack. And then next turn we'll pacify this Nighthawk Scavenger. Draw a card, then you lose life equal to the number of cards in your hand. Another one. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain life. Okay, what do we have now? We can pacify this one. Actually, we didn't need to do that this turn. They could have next turn. So we can either make something bigger to do more damage or play another knight. Let's put another knight on the battlefield. Okay, we got the opponent below 20. But we are running out of life. That's not a shrine, so at least it's just 1/1 for now. We do need more land. When you gain life, each opponent loses life. Wow, so this is going to be like double effect. So we can play a short sword. Give something +1/+1. Let's put it on the knight. Is this an instant? So we'll attack. Hopefully the opponent tries to block. I don't think they will. They do. So we get rid of that because it would do extra damage. And they put it just on top of their library. Quite annoying. Another Nighthawk Scavenger. It's not going to help. Let's move this onto the Knight. And we'll attack with those two. Okay, they choose not to block. Interesting. I would have thought they would block. No. Oh, this is just a life game deck on steroids. Okay, we get land. Do we play the Fireborn Knight? Has protection from the thing. Maybe this 3. So it has protection from everything except something with 3 mana costs. So it's only... So it's these two. I mean, we might as well attack with everything. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if we survive one more turn, we might have a chance. They are going to do 2 life. That's going to do 1 damage. And the end of turn will do another damage. Yep. Oh wow, that was insane. Each opponent loses X life, where X is your devotion to black. You gain life. Wow, that's crazy. That's quite a good deck. I don't think that's a standard deck. I think that's a homemade, like a deck someone made. But I'm not sure. Play again. So there's a new set of cards coming out soon. The Strixhaven, that's something School of Mages, I believe. I haven't really looked at any of the cards online. Let's keep this. There's an Embercleave. I'm happy to wait till the cards make it into MTG Arena. This is the first time there's a new set introduced since I've started playing Magic at the beginning of the year. Yeah, let's take it. We have 3 land. So I'm quite looking forward to see what happens when new cards get introduced. How do old cards get removed from the format and so on. So this taps creatures. This gets other knights +1. This taps more creatures. So let's play the two mana cost thing. I think I read somewhere that you should play all your available mana, or take the most mana efficient plays. Now we can play both of them. Whenever you cast a night spell, create a thing. That seems quite good. Is this a knight? Yeah, this is a knight. This is a knight. That's Embercleave. So it will cost 3 less. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we'll be able to put that on right now. So it will cost 2 mana. Put it on 3, 3. And we'll tap that thing. We'll submit 1. Wow, that's 4 turns and we... That's so much damage. I think the opponent's thinking, what just happened? Okay, they play a Giant Killer. We can equip our Embercleave again. It's only 3 mana. And this thing again, when you can control a knight, look at the top 5 cards. So we'll just attach this and we can attack with it. What do they do? So if they double block, yeah. I think that's going to help them. Yeah, we would have just killed the token. I think the opponent was hopeless. They could have just blocked with the 1, and then probably the next turn would have been the end for them. Maybe they didn't have anything in their hand to save them. Let's see what card we get. Cleric of Lifespawn. Whenever another cleric enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Whenever you gain life for the first time, put a +1/+1 counter. Wow, that seems like a good card. In a like a life deck, maybe life gain type of deck. Let's play. Maybe we can mix it up a bit. Aerial Domination. I don't think I've played with the blue, plain just blue deck. Let's give that a play. Up against Angus. So we can play a wall. We can play a glint. So I think it's okay. We'll just have to draw a few more lands. So nothing that can attack, actually. But if the opponent plays something we don't like, we can return it to their hand. And as soon as we draw 1 more land, we can play Warden of Evo's Isle. And this creature was flying, so we get another unsummon. Ah, perfect. We can scry into a land. If the opponent doesn't have some kind of mill. Nope, they don't play anything at all. So actually we can return that thing to our hand and play it again. We get to scry again. Yeah, we might as well take another wall. Put some defenders on the battlefield, things we can scry. But I think I'll play the Warden. What is this one? Winged Words. Draw 2 cards. That was 3 mana cost, so if we play this now, I think I'll play this rather. So if the opponent attacks, we can block with the wall. And then our next turn we can unsummon this. They have to recast it. Play this to draw 2 cards. Maybe we get more land. That's a 4 mana. We'll send that back. Because this can give them mana. Okay, so we get that. Let's summon the Leafkin Avenger. We can play one of that, one of that. We can play the wall. And the Djinn, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, creatures you control get +1. Yeah, it's a flying thing. And we will draw 2 cards. And we will attack. We get a Waterkin Shaman. Whenever a creature with flying enters the battlefield under your control, this thing gets +1/+1 end of turn. Okay. But I think I'll get this in the field rather. Maybe we can play this and this. So something will get hexproof until end of turn. Okay. They just bone crushed our thing. They get a Hornbash Mentor when it enters the battlefield, put trample counter, and put a +1 counter on each creature you control with trample. Wow. Oh wow, so this thing is trample permanently. It's so difficult. Let's play this. In turn. So if they attack, we could put 0-3 on it. We don't. I mean, we could block it and then maybe kill it. This would be useful with the hexproof if they try and bone crush it or something. Target creature you control. Brushwag. I'm not sure we're going to have enough things for the opponent. Okay, they don't attack. That's nice. What's over? Target player draws 7 cards. Wow. But you need a ton of mana. Do we attack? They can do 4 plus 7, 11, 12 damage. And they could add to each creature. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 plus 4. So 16 damage potentially next turn if they activate this. So probably better we don't attack. Okay, this didn't have flying. So wouldn't have attacked anyway. So they do give that. Wow, and they all have trample. Wow, and it's +1 permanently. It's not just a till end of turn thing. That's insane. So target creature gets +0, +3. Can't attack unless you have a creature with 4. Okay, that's nice. So let's attack. Actually, I think that might be the end. They can pump this for +3/+3, and then it can attack, and then yeah. It's if they. I don't know if they see that. I'm sure they do. So they make this a 5/5. This can attack, and it's 13 damage. Okay, they play the Leafkin. I'll show why they did that. I don't think it matters too much. Water not. Enchanted creature can't attack and doesn't untap during its opponent's next step. It's 3, and then we can play Clint. So, what's the scariest thing here? This can become a 5/5, and this is a 5/5. This deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This gives them mana. I mean, everything's pretty useful. I mean, even, yeah. Not really anything. They could just attack next turn. They could have ended the game in that turn. Maybe they missed it. Not too much luck with the blue deck that game. Let's try one more. It says aerial domination, so guess that means we should have many flying creatures. Up against Zelo Sky. Okay, ton of land this time. And a Glint and a Sworn Guardian. It's just a 2 mana, 1/3. Not really something I would pick in a draft. We get a Water Knot again. It taps a target creature, enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. my Triton. So it's a death touch thing. I think I'll wait before I water knot this to see maybe if they're a mutation deck, or I'm not sure what they do. So this will cost less if we have a creature with flying, but we don't, so might as well just play it to draw cards. What does this say? Zombies you control get +1. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, you may pay 2. If you do, create a black zombie creature token. Do we want to tap it? I think getting cards is probably better at this point. No attacks. So we get an unsummon, so we can send it back. They have to recast it. Let's have land. We can also play a sleep. Tap all creatures target player controls. Those creatures don't untap. Do we want to block this thing? Guess not. Hopefully the opponent plays something. Maybe put one of them in your hand and the rest in your graveyard. Okay. That means they didn't have something. They put a lot of land in their graveyard. Maybe we just play sleep. So we can attack for 1. And next turn we'll have 5. We can play the Djinn. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, creatures you control get +1 till end of turn. Or we can play the Water Knot and the Unsummon. So if you gain more life, return it to thing. Sacrifice Priestess. Target creature gets -X, where X is the number of snowlands you control. 1, 2. Oh, they just have a ton. So they can just kill anything, basically. So we can unsummon zombies you control get +1. So let's unsummon that. Beginning of end step, sacrifice. So we don't want to put the Water Knot on the stuff they can sacrifice. This costs 3, this costs 2. So let's unsummon this as well. Just means it's a bunch of stuff they have to replay. And we'll keep the Water Knot for now. Okay, we could play it on this. This is a tap ability, so if we put it on there, they can't play it. Okay, they use it now, that's fine. So if we put hexproof on it, that means they can't target it, so that fails. Because we gave it hexproof sort of like before theirs applied. They do 3 damage. You may pay 2 if you put a black thing. Whenever a creature with flying enters the battlefield under your control, Shamans gets +1 end of turn. So we have 6 mana. Trying to think, maybe we should put this thing in a knot. It's a 2-3. This is a 3-1. That's a 3-2. It's even more powerful. I'm not sure, actually. It's a token. It does the most damage, I guess. So we don't attack. So if they attack with the Triton again, we'll block it with a Sworn Guardian. And then next turn we'll play this, and then this will get +1/+1. They have another one. But they'll be able to play this again. I think they'll only be able to use one, hopefully. Yep. That is a little bit annoying. I mean, they could just block it with the token. We can't even block the zombie. Wow, this thing's quite powerful. So which says whenever if a creature dies, so you probably either ours or theirs. They tap all of us. So unless we that's it. Good game. Because we don't untap. So this is pretty useful along with the Liliana's Devotee, because you can sacrifice this thing and then draw a card, and then because it died you can pay 2 mana and create a zombie, and then if you just gain some life it can come back and you can do it again. That's quite a powerful combination, I think. That might be an idea for a deck in the future. Like a zombie sacrifice token-y type thing. Let's see if we have that card. I think it was Liliana's something. Liliana's... No, that wasn't the one. There's so many of them. Dash. So it wasn't Liliana's. It was this one. Zombies you control get +1. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, you may pay 2. If you do, create a black zombie creature token. What other zombie things are there? Oh wow, lots. Even white zombies. There's blue zombies, there's white zombies. Where was that Liliana's thing? Just read this again. Zombies you control get +1 at the beginning of your end step. Create 2 black zombie tokens. Wow. Create X zombie tokens where X is the number of token creatures that died this turn. So you maybe include that as well. So if they do kill one of those 2/2 black zombie creature tokens, you cast this and you can create even more of them. When control no permanents with counters on them, sacrifice thingy. Oh, so there's probably like this is another one, sacrifice a creature, you gain life and draw a card. So you can play this card, and with this card you sacrifice this card, you draw a card, you gain a life. Maybe there's that other card that says when you gain life, the opponent loses life. What is this card? Like a double card, what? Aftermath. Cast this spell only from your graveyard. Oh wow. Exile target card from a graveyard. Create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. So also probably you could use these cards together. So the zombie spell seems like it's an idea. Maybe I can, when I get a few more cards, more of these wild cards to craft cards, I can attempt maybe that as my first deck. That's an idea. But I think I'll end the video there. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.